The Razer Viper V2 Pro is an extremely divisive product. It's a follow-up to an amazing mouse, but Razer took the ultimate, removed features, shaved weight, and charged more. However, at the time of recording this, it's been placed at a more reasonable price due to sales. I'm a full-time user of the Viper V2 Pro. It's one of my favorites, if not the favorite mouse. It sits at my main, so let's stop wasting time and dive right into it. Isn't my cat adorable? The Viper comes with more than a normal mouse does, but it's also not a super extravagant packaging. It's the mouse, an A to C SpeedFlex braided cable, a USB dongle and dongle adapter, and grip tape. That grip tape is probably my favorite part of this whole package, and we'll explain why later, but man, I'm so glad that that comes in the box. So the Viper V2 isn't really reinventing anything. It's not a revolution, it's more of an evolution. They changed the materials they use, they didn't change the shape, but they made some things feel a little bit nicer. The dimensions will be on screen as we're going through all of this. It's the same tried and true ambidextrous shape, very comfortable to hold with my grip style, with my fingertip and relaxed claw. However, now there's no right side button, so if you're a lefty, you're left out of this, but you still have the ultimate, which is still an incredible mouse on its own. They were able to shave this mouse down to 58 grams without putting any holes in the chassis, without any creaking, cracking, or feeling of any durability issue. This is built incredibly well at such a low weight. Like a lot of mice, it's using 100% pure PTFE feet, and it's covering more area on the bottom of the mouse, to which alleviates scraping and scratching against your mouse pad. I use the Razer Strider mouse pad, so it's more of a rougher texture, so sometimes if it's using not pure PTFE, or if they're smaller and it's scraping, you really notice it on this type of mouse pad because it's more of a rougher texture, and you don't get any of that. It glides nicely. The material they use is slightly different. It's a little bit of a rougher texture. You would think it would be easier to grip, but I actually found it to be very slippery, and that's why the grip tape came in such handy. I was able to slap some grip tape on each side, and now it's nice and easy to grip and hold, and it's super comfortable. And now I actually like the material that they're using. The side buttons now sit a little further from the chassis and have a much more satisfying click. Right and left click also feel a bit chunkier when clicking, and I feel like they might have a slightly longer throw to them, but I could be imagining that. The scroll wheel is the same texture as the Ultimate, but it rolls a bit better and has more defined tactility when scrolling. It almost like you have more control for small movements, for in-game gun switching or software scrolling that you need finer movements for. Overall, the build and design is top shelf. Everything feels great, and in some ways feels better than the Ultimate, especially with its lightweight, better feel, but I can't help but be bothered by the loss of features and raise of price. It doesn't feel like a $150 experience. However, I find this to be my comfort king when it comes to mouse shapes, and adding the grips is a game changer. Hey, if you're new here, definitely subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, but if anything, slap a like on it, helps out a ton, pushes me on the algorithm, and also affiliate links down below at no extra cost to you, but it helps out the channel and keeps me going. But hey, let's go over those specs. I'm just gonna reel off everything that I feel is important, and if I think I missed anything in the editing phase, I'll put it on screen. So like I said earlier, it's 58 grams with a solid body. It's using Razer's Gen 3 optical switches, to which those switches feel amazing. It's also using their top-notch hyperspeed wireless technology, along with its Focus Pro 30K sensor, which is incredibly accurate. So there's actually videos on YouTube showing that Razer's technology is above most. Check out Optimum Tech's video. He shows off how Razer's technology is above most people, and also you can spend a little bit more money and get their wireless hyper polling dongle that brings your polling rate up to 4,000 hertz, but that's a little bit more money on top of the already hefty price tag. This mouse is extremely customizable in the Razer Synapse software, and also it has multi-point pairing and up to 5 DPI settings. And if you care, there is mouse mat surface calibrations, and I'm not quite sure what the use of it really is, but it's there. But let's just talk about everything. Overall, I think this mouse is incredible. I love this mouse a lot, but I keep going back to how much they are charging for it. And at 150 bucks, it's just not worth it. I spoke highly about the G Pro X Superlight. Even that mouse is overpriced. I really think that if you can get this at like 110 or even at most 120, to which right now there's a bunch of sales going on with it being at the price of 110 and 120, and hopefully it stays there, because that price I can get down with. I think that this mouse is worth at least $100. I can't say it's worth $150. There's just too many things removed, not enough added. All they did was lower the weight and change the sensor. But with the comfortable shape, weight, and switch feel, it makes it my favorite mouse. But if you have the Razer Viper Ultimate, it's not worth upgrading. You already have an amazing mouse. But if you're wondering how I feel about the Razer Viper Ultimate and why I think that mouse is worth it, you can click this video right here and it'll bring you to that video. Definitely give it a check. And honestly, the Viper Ultimate's at a great price right now, so don't sleep on it, and it is still pretty light at around 70 grams. So anyway, guys, thank you all for enjoying the video, and if you are interested in anything we talked about today, I do have affiliate links down below at no extra cost to you, but it helps me keep this channel alive. Anyway, peace out and have a good one.